Hey, it's Nick here, and you're on the Transparent FX Academy. I'm a top author on TradingView, and it's time to make another full market breakdown to see exactly what kind of opportunities we can be looking for on the period that we will be analyzing both from a technical and an order flow perspective. So without further ado, let's jump onto the charts. Okay, so the pair that I will be speaking about into this video is GBP USD. I got a lot of requests for an update on it, so that is exactly what I will be doing into this video. I will be giving you guys a full breakdown of what we have, and as usual, I will be keeping the analysis as educational as possible. So first, we will be speaking about this market from a technical perspective. We will then go and see what we have from an order flow perspective with the commitment of traders, which is what hedge funds are doing in the market. So we will be checking how they are shifting their positioning in time. And by using the combination of our technical analysis and our order flow analysis, we will be able to understand where we can be looking for the next opportunity on GBP USD. So without further ado, let's get straight into the analysis. Okay, so starting here from the monthly time frame, what do we have? Now, from a monthly perspective, we consider the market has just broken above an extremely important structure area. In fact, this zone was acting as extremely important structure resistance here. Again, the market here tested and rejected this extremely strong resistance from this area. And again here, with the very last rejection that the market had created and retracement that the market had created, we had a rejection of this previous, a very strong resistance area. And now what we can see is that the market has managed to break back above the structure. Now, as you know, there is a very important rule in the market. If you have an area of resistance and the market breaks above the zone, at that point, all the previous resistance is turned support. So what we have here on the monthly is very strong resistance, which is now turned support that we can expect the market to go and test to grab some liquidity before the possible continuation to the upside. So on the monthly, situation is very clear. We expect a short-term move to the downside to go and retest this previous resistance, now turn support here, before creating the continuation to the upside. Another important thing that we can see is that we have a nice impulse. Now, generally speaking, after an impulse, if you want to measure the correction, what you have to do is take your Fibonacci from the low to the high of the impulse. And if we take our Fibonacci from the low to the high of this impulse, what we can see is that the market has a perfect 0.382 Fibonacci retracement lining up with this previous resistance turn support. So basically they are in confluence, meaning that they are in the same area of price, meaning that we can expect the market to go and grab liquidity at this confluence of support area and then get rejected to the upside. So on the monthly, situation is very clear. As we have already said, we expect a short-term move to the downside to grab liquidity and test the confluence of support before creating the continuation to the upside. Going down on the weekly time frame, what do we have? Now, from a weekly perspective, we consider the market has just created a higher high, rejecting a strong area of previous weekly resistance. In fact, we consider the market had started this move to the downside exactly from this area, which is now turned weekly support at this zone. And the market has just rejected the area to the upside, creating a higher high. So here on the weekly time frame, we have a rejection from the previous resistance, turn support, and creation of a higher high. At the moment, everything is fine. What we know is that on the weekly, we are just above the previous resistance, which is now again turn support, which obviously is not really a good thing, because as we have seen from the monthly, we expect first a move to the downside and then a move to the upside. Knowing that on the weekly we are still above support is obviously against what we would like to see from the monthly, which is obviously a negative confluence factor if we are to be looking for any kind of a shorting opportunities. Going down on the daily time frame, what do we have? Now, from a daily perspective, we have quite clear structure. Now, I had spoken about GBP USD a few times in the past. I spoke about it after this W formation. I made a full breakdown explaining why from here first we wanted to see a completion of the W and then the continuation to the upside. Then from here, I made another breakdown explaining all the reasons for which first we wanted to see a retracement and then the continuation to the upside, and again, that is exactly what the market did. Then when the market was here, I made a full breakdown explaining why we wanted to see a retracement and the continuation to the upside, and again, that is exactly what the market did. Then when the market was here, I made another breakdown explaining all the reasons for which we wanted to see the market create this correction, and again, that is exactly what the market did. Then we had the creation of this W formation, and when the market was here, I made a full breakdown explaining why we wanted to see the market provide to us this retracement. Then we had the creation of another overextended W formation, and again, we wanted to see the market create this move to the downside. And with the very last analysis that I made, after this M formation, we wanted to see from here the market create a nice move to the upside and then a correction. And again, that is exactly what the market did. And by the way, I will link in description all this previous analysis. So you can go and check out all this previous analysis. A link is linked in description, obviously for more free education and further reference. But at the moment, what do we have and how we can be looking for the next opportunity here on GBP USD? Hey, just a quick thing. Make sure you comment below and you let me know which pairs or topics you would like me to analyze or cover in the next videos. Now, here on the daily time frame, what do we see? Now, on the daily, we consider the market has created a move to the upside, retracement, move back up, and currently the market has the possibility of creating a move lower. Now, if that will happen, if we will see the market melt to the downside, then in that case, we will have the creation of an overextended M formation. Now, generally speaking, after the creation of an overextended M formation, you expect the market to create a move to the upside to go and complete the pattern at the previous support, which is now turned resistance. So here on the daily, what we expect is for the market to create a move to the upside to go and complete the pattern at the previous support that is now term resistance. Now, if we go and see what we have from a COT perspective, so commitment of traders, which is what hedge funds are currently doing in the market, what we can see is that in the long term, we had a quite massive increase of the net positions. In fact, we went from having minus 19K net positions all the way up to having positive 7.9K net positions, meaning that we went from having more shorts than longs from an institutional perspective on the pound with 47K shorts and 27K longs, all the way up to having a positive net positioning a positive positioning with more longs than shorts with 47.3K long positions and 39K shorts. However, there is one very important thing to notice. With the last report, net positions decreased quite a lot, with 7.1K shorts added on the pound and only 1.4K longs added. So net positions with the last report decreased, however, in the long term, they increased massively. What does it mean? It means that we can expect a short-term move to the downside before the continuation to the upside, which lines up perfectly with what we already want to see from a technical perspective. In fact, as we have already seen, if the market will create a move to the downside, we will have the creation of an overextended M formation, after which we expect a move to the upside, which brings us to the next opportunity that we can be looking for here on GBP USD. In fact, if the market will actually manage to create the move to the downside, so if and only if the market will actually create this overextended M formation at that point, what we will be doing with students is, as usual, being reactive and not predictive. We will be monitoring price action from a 4-hour perspective during this move to the downside. Now, why we will be monitoring from a 4-hour perspective? Because, as usual, monthly, weekly, and daily combined with the COT data are the best time frames for the direction of the market. But when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frame is the 4 hours. So during this move to the downside, we will be monitoring price action with students from a 4-hour perspective, and we will be waiting for the market to shift from a 4-hour bearish market, as we will have, to a 4-hour bullish market. And as soon as the market will shift from a 4-hour bearish to a 4-hour bullish market, at that point, we will be adding GBP USD to our watch list. And as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, we will be taking a nice long with a very good risk to reward and very good probabilities at that point for the move to the upside and for the market to complete this M formation at the neckline, which is the previous support, now turned resistance from a daily perspective. If you made it this far in the video, it would be great if you can smash that like button and comment below. It really does support the channel and support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. I have a full mentorship program that will teach you exactly the rules of my rule-based strategies and also give you every single day a new market breakdown in which I show you exactly how to apply the strategies with entries, stops, and take profits, as well as answering every question that you have every single day, including the weekends. So it's a very complete program. It will teach you everything that you need to trade the market consistently. So I will see you in it. The link is in the description, or I will see you in the next video.